Well, hi there guys and welcome to another video. Oh, hi mate.
Hi mate.
I believe we are off to the West Country.
We are off to the West Country.
Somewhere near Looe in Cornwall.
Yes.
Driven like Looe. The dogs are in the back and strangely they're fairly relaxed. We've just stopped off at 3FA. Not that many of you know what that is. And we're now off to, what's our next stop?
Wiggle Tails.
Wiggle Tails, which is a dog exercise area near...
Between here and Exeter.
Between here and Exeter.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we're going. Shall we set off?
Let's set off.
Let's set off. Ah, our first stop off. What is it called?
Wiggle Tails?
Wiggle Tails. It's a dog exercise paddock type affair.
Yeah.
Where are we? Like near Bridport or something?
We are just past Bridport, yes.
Just past Bridport. Chinook and places like that. Yeah, there's green, lots of green. Deepest, darkest West Dorset or wherever we are. It's good shit. Ah, that was the turning for Charmouth. What do we know about Charmouth? Well, Charmouth, near Lyme Regis, is a good example of what happens when minimal coastal management is employed and natural forces are left to run their own course. Yay! Hi mate, how are you enjoying the Axe Vale?
I am enjoying it.
We just crossed the River Axe and then the River Yardley. I'm finding it hard to believe.
Yeah, we're in Devon.
Seems we find ourselves by a babbling brook, mate.
There is something babbling about it.
I don't know what a babbling brook is, but I did play Twin Kingdom Valley back in the 80s, and I remember there being a babbling brook somewhere or other. Where are we?
We are at Mutts on the Moor.
Mutts on the Moor, which is in South Brent, I believe.
Yes.
We had to go down a road that said road closed to get here.
Yes.
There's some sort of work going on a railway tunnel or something.
Yeah.
There's a railway near us. We saw a train.
Where?
This is a good dog recreation area, isn't it?
It is a good area, yes.
Good area, everyone. That was a train. A Gwrr train. Can you believe it took jamming 45 minutes to get that line out? Just seen the first signs for Liskeard, which must mean we're getting close to our destination. How are you enjoying the Devon Expressway?
I'm loving the Devon XB.
It's very XB, like Windows. Sometimes you're driving along the B3252 and you think, the clearly labelled Tregastic Lane. Tregastic. Tregastic. I don't know how it's pronounced actually. And nor do you. As soon as you see the sign for New House, you know that you are in the right place. Welcome, Neo, to Meadowside Barn. This appears to be a view from above Meadowside Barn. I guess we used a drone.
I think we did use a drone, yes. Yeah, that's where we stay. That's our car, the blue one. You can see there is a hot tub in the backyard. We are sat there with the dogs. I think you are standing in the back of the yard.
What's this road that's near us, this major road? This really busy road?
A very busy road. I think this is the B3252.
The B3252, yes.
Yeah.
And Tregastic Lane.
Tregastic Lane.
Yep.
Yep.
So this major road is between Looe and Liskeard, I believe.
It does connect the two, I believe, yes.
And then this lane goes down to a farm.
It does go down to a farm. There was a lot of farm equipment that would pass by the cottage.
I like farm equipment.
It was very industrial, yes.
I like playing Farming Simulator.
Farming Simulator is good, yes.
I like farmers.
You do like Tom Lamb, yes.
Tom Lamb, he's a farmer.
He is a farmer.
Yes, follow his channel if you don't already. Yeah, so that's it from the air.
That's it from the air, as you say.
There was a lot of grass, wasn't there?
Yeah, the dogs ate a lot of grass.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very pleasant, very picturesque, very Cornwall. Oh, hi, mate.
Hi, mate.
I noticed one of the very first things we've done after arriving at Meadowside Barn is to order a curry.
We have ordered a curry.
What did you get?
I got my benchmark at Cornwall.
And what did I get?
You got your benchmark, traditional curry.
Yes, I did. And we got it from
The Viceroy of Cornwall?
the Viceroy of Cornwall. It's the name you know.
It's a name you trust.
Well, Indian it is. It's quite a non-Cornish thing to start one's trip to Cornwall with a curry, isn't it?
Although it was called the Viceroy of Cornwall.
The
So.
Viceroy of Cornwall, which legitimised it entirely.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I believe this is, we're now flying above Tregastic Lane looking downwards. That's the lane that goes out to the farm.
I do believe, yeah, it was the lane that went out to the farm. I, of course, did not see it from any of this perspective until viewing this video, so
That's true.
I have to take your word for it.
Yes. Well, this is the road in question, and there's lots of farm action going on. I assume that is like the abode of the farm person.
Probably, yes.
Yes. And then the road goes down to farm buildings themselves.
Yeah, it's quite a big farm. You don't think that down this little bitty lane there could be such a massive farm, but yeah, it is quite large.
The thing I always enjoy looking at farms, and especially a farm of this nature, is there's a lot of things that are well established. For example, look there, there's some sort of sheet which is being held down by tyres. What do farms that have newly been opened use before they've accrued a bunch of old tyres to pin things down?
I do not know. I mean, stone?
Stone.
Stone.
From the quarry.
From the quarry.
Oh, here's a nice overhead view of the Meadowside Barn with the B
3252?
23252, yes.
Yeah, so you can tell there aren't any on this road, but the driving around there is pretty crazy. There's a lot of places where you have to pull in to overtake people. It is kind of scary.
Very scary, very Cornwall. Oh, hi, mate.
Hi, mate.
I notice we've decided to barbecue out here.
We have barbecued.
I believe in the Airbnb listing it suggested that there was a fixed barbecue emplacement in this garden.
It did suggest that, however.
It is not the case, and so we have had to purchase an instant barbecue, which I believe came from Morrison's. But we didn't buy it from Morrison's. We used a home delivery service, and it's not what we're used to. We're used to Uber Eats and Deliveroo, which, of course, in the Bournemouth area, results in hundreds of possible choices. It's not available here. We had to use Bee Livery.
Exactly, yes.
What did you think of Bee Livery, mate?
It was good. Russell was a good delivery driver.
Russell's an excellent delivery driver. Expensive as bone.
Very expensive.
Like butter was £5 for 100 grams or something.
Yeah, it was incredibly expensive.
That might be a minor exaggeration, but it was costly. Nonetheless, we are barbecuing, and it is good. Ah, No Man's Land. What a normal name for a village. I did enjoy that barbecue.
It was a good barbecue, although I came away from it reeking of smoke.
Is that the sign of a good barbecue?
It's the sign of a good barbecue, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It wouldn't have been possible without Russell.
No, Russell, who had very few teeth and smelled a lot like cigarettes.
No, it is his right.
It is his right, yes, absolutely.
I think this is Looe that is predominantly showing on screen right now.
It is Looe, yes, very quaint seaside town. All the seagulls.
There are a few seagulls there flying beneath us at this time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of water out there.
It does get watery.
Keep going and you'll make it to South America, maybe. Seagull! That was a seagull.
That one was close.
Oh, it bugged out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Glitched out for a second.
Of course it
Oh, there
did.
you go. Good again.
So, Yeah, what were your thoughts about Looe in general?
Looe was nice. We went there to pick up pasties. Yeah.
More on that later.
Oh yeah. You can see. I mean, there are an enormous amount of boats. In some areas, there are little dinghies. You see these boats are like placed out equidistant from each other. They're dinghies that take people out to their boats and back again. It's very strange. You have to park your boat in the middle of some water.
I guess there's just not enough room along the side for all the boats to line up.
I guess not. Not enough docks.
Perhaps boating is a popular pastime in Looe.
I imagine it is. With that much water, what else do you do?
Actually, I wonder what the children do to entertain themselves in Looe.
I did walk past a teenager that looked incredibly bored.
Were they hanging around a car park?
They were hanging around the car park where I seemed to encounter everyone that wanted to talk in Looe. At the car park, there was a couple that wanted to talk about how terrible the machine was that was dispensing tickets for the car park. I talked to them for a good 4 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see our car from here.
There it is. Yes, a little blue car.
Is there a Coast Guard? I guess not. Hi mate.
Hi, mate.
I see you've been to the pasty shop.
I have indeed. Sarah's Pasties in Looe, Cornwall.
Sarah's Pasties, Looe, Cornwall. Made fresh daily, capital D, on the premises. So why don't you tell me what you've got here?
So I have a traditional Cornish pasty.
Excellent.
I have a chickpea and lentil pasty.
I see.
And I have an apple pasty of some sort.
I see. And you're going to take a bite of each of these now and tell our viewers what you think of them, I believe.
I will do that.
Well, let's get down to it. What are you going to start with?
I will start with the traditional. I feel like it's the most traditional.
Now, you, as an American, had never had a Cornish pasty.
I have never had a Cornish pasty.
Well, let's see what you think. See what you see.
See what you see. So this one is with steak and swede and potato and onion.
As is traditional here in Cornwall. What are your first impressions of the traditional Cornish pasto from Sarah's Pasties of Looe, Cornwall?
That is excellent.
Is it?
It is absolutely excellent.
Well, they do make the best.
According to Google reviews, yes they do.
Well, you can always trust reviews because nobody can manipulate those.
I don't think anybody manipulates reviews in Looe.
Maybe not, no. Right, what next?
So we have our chickpea and lentil.
Very
it also
good.
appears to have some potato and swede.
Well, it wouldn't be a Cornish pasty otherwise, would it?
That was good though. It smells cinnamony.
Oh, good luck. Well, I believe you mentioned to me as you exited Sarah's Pasties that you had to crouch down to get inside. It was made presumably for hobbits. They have a lot of those out here in the West
They
Country.
do have a lot of those. It was a lot of crouching, and it was basically a hole in the wall. And when I say a hole in the wall, it was a hole in the wall with about 5 people making pasties.
How was this one?
It was delicious. It is very cinnamony and nutmeggy. Very fall flavors.
Very good, very good. You mean the Autumn?
Autumn.
Excellent. Right, and the third one?
Dessert pasty. So she suggested that I eat this one with clotted cream.
Such as Rodders,
Rodders is a brand of clotted cream.
but we don't have any.
No, we don't. And I wasn't going to buy any just for this item. So, funny story, or not, I went into the pasty shop and explained how I had never had a Cornish pasty. And she was like, ooh, very exciting. I asked her to give me her favorites. So of course I got a traditional. Her favorite chickpea and lentil. And a sweet one.
Sweet mate.
Going in.
Now, I should probably also mention that I was purchased a sausage roll to eat from Sarah's Pasties, but I couldn't really wait until we got back to do the review, and so I've already eaten my sausage roll. But I can report that it was an excellent sausage roll, perhaps the best sausage roll I've had since I was last in Cornwall, which is probably in excess of 20 years ago. So, how was your sweet pasty, mate?
It was delicious. Whole pieces of apple, lots of cinnamon, lots of sugar. Very good.
Good. So was it actually Sarah herself who served you?
I think it was.
Wow.
Well, no, sorry. The website explains how this was Sarah's pasty shop, but now her daughter has taken over for the last 12 years after Sarah retired. I don't know what her daughter's name was, but I do believe that was her.
Maybe it's Sarah.
Maybe. Sarah and Sarah.
Sarah Junior. So, yeah, sweet and quality.
It was delicious. It's all delicious. I want to eat all of it, and I should not.
So, would you recommend Sarah's Pasties of Looe, Cornwall?
I can. I walked past at least 5 pasty shops on the way to this one.
Right, and that's from the car park, and how long a walk was that?
That was about a 5-minute walk.
5-minute walk, so 1 minute per pasty shop here in Looe.
They're very proud of their Cornish pasties. Understandably, they're very good.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for giving our viewers a review. I hope you found the review useful, and perhaps next time you're in Looe, Cornwall, you could visit Sarah's Pasties.
Absolutely. Recommended.
Good pasties, everyone.
Oh, yes.
One of the meals we didn't record, we of course recorded the Indian and the barbecue and the pasties. We didn't actually record our local fish and chips, did we?
No, we did not. We went to Ben's Place.
Ben's Place.
Oh, yes, a good play on words there.
Very good play on words. What did you think of Ben's Place?
It was good. It was very busy. They used, I think it was Maris Piper potatoes, which obviously a very common type of potato in the Bretagne, but not what we're used to in terms of chippy potatoes. We're used to King Edward's, or is it the other way around?
I cannot remember. I don't often pay close attention, though. It is important to have a chalkboard up in your chippy and write down what today's potato, every day's potato, in fact, is at all times.
Absolutely. It's important.
And it's with our flying bus and fields.
Bus and fields. Above some fields.
Above some fields, yes. Yes, they're quite pleasant fields.
They are. I like all the little white dots that I know are sheep.
Yes. Look, some renewable energy, a wind turbine.
That is a good wind turbine. I imagine it's very large.
I can't guarantee it's wind turbine. It might be a fan. It might be the people who live in those houses there just get too hot, so they have a massive fan put up to keep them cool.
Do you think it helps?
Probably not.
No.
What's those sheep you were talking about?
Those sheep. There are 3 sheep in a row.
They're all lying down. I think this was recorded on a day when it was slightly inclement weather.
Yeah.
So all the days then?
Most of the days. It was quite overcast when we were there.
It's true.
Yeah, so we were there for 5 days?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah. The hosts of the Airbnb, at one point, they decided to go on holiday as well. And so they came over and told us that they had stocked us up with gas.
Oh yes, the gas tank had been replenished.
And that night, a group of teenagers showed up on the adjacent farm and basically started partying.
They did party all night long, yes.
In the field, yeah,
yes.
It was funny.
They were very familiar with the country code though, and that's what matters.
Oh yeah, you said something about gates and climbing over gates in the right
They
way.
did know which end of a gate to climb over, but most importantly, they left the gate as they found it.
Oh right, okay.
So here's another bit of a flyover. So the big house we also surmised was an Airbnb, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. I don't know how we surmised that, but
no, there were different people coming and going, or maybe it was just they just had a lot of friends.
I guess with a house like that, you can have a lot of friends.
And with a house like that, you should have a lot of friends. The friends make the house, as they say. I ask you, did you ever see such a giant window as that window up there? Navion. It's a name you know. It's a name you trust. Navion. You know when you're on holiday and you're trying to buy a gift for your co-worker and you just can't find the right thing, and then you walk into a shop and you're like, wow, that's got my co-worker's name all over it. Well, Ash, if you're watching, this bucket's got your name all over it. It's raining proper hardcore here in Looe. You might say it's dripping. Little Waitrose and partners, because for some reason everything John Lewis now is something and partners, for reasons I don't know. So this was recorded on our way back from Cornwall when we were for the second time at Mutts on the Moor.
Yes, we came back through the same way that we went out, and we decided to stop at the dog field on the way just so the dogs could get some air and some run time in.
A bit of run time.
A bit of run time.
Maximise their run time.
Yes.
Now, when we went out there was some maintenance on a railway tunnel and we couldn't go down the default route. But on the way back, I believe we were able to go via the railway tunnel.
We did go via the railway tunnel. It was busy for a, what is it they call it? Like a single lane? Single
lane, yeah.
Yeah. There were a bunch of cars trying to come the opposite direction, and I had to back up down a road and pull into side roads multiple times. It was terrifying, to say the least.
Yes, and you almost lost the car down a massive precipice.
There was a slight ditch.
With a tiny stream in it.
Yeah, but I did not.
No, you did not.
No, I did not.
Look at the dogs in the water.
They did enjoy that water. It was weird. They don't usually enjoy water, but
they did this time.
They did this time. Look at them run.
I see them run. Look at the train. There was a lot of trains went past Mutts on the Moor. That's the third featured train in this video.
It was, yeah. There we are. There are the dogs running like madmen.
Yes. And for those watching in 4K, you can see we're waving at you.
Oh, we're waving.
Hurrah! Joy. Well, here we are, having just exited the Tamar crossing towards Plymouth. And a bus is waiting to exit, and so all of the car exits are under a bus lock, including us. If pay, got to pay the price. Only to exit into Plymouth, not to head deeper into the West Country. It doesn't make a lot of sense, because people surely love going into the West Country because it's fantastic. I can understand having to pay to exit Wales though. People are definitely willing to pay for that. The bus lock is cleared. We are free. We have passed the border. We're now going into Plymouth, Britain's ocean city. And that was the end of the trip. We traversed Plymouth and Exeter and Honiton and Bridport and Dorchester and all those places, and came home.
We did come home.
And everything finished.
Yes.
What was your overall impression of the trip?
I really enjoyed it. It was a good time to kind of get away and be able to relax. And Looe was gorgeous. Liskeard was fine.
We went there to do some shopping at one point.
We did go to Morrison's to do some shopping. It was heaving at the Morrison's because I think it was a bank holiday weekend. But yeah, I encountered someone else who wanted to have a chit chat at the checkout, so that was fun.
Well, of course. We had to buy a few things because there were actually a few things that were notably missing that you would expect to be at the Airbnb. For example, the air fresheners had run out, and the battery for the air freshener was also run out, and a few things like that. And what else were examples of that?
So there was a coffee machine, like a coffee maker, proper coffee maker. However, there were no coffee filters, so that was a little weird. So we bought some instant coffee to have. when we went to Morrison's.
There was a dog welcome pack provided there at the Airbnb.
There was a dog welcome pack. That was a nice touch. There was like a ball and some chews and some poo bags in there. Probably benefits them as well, but yeah. They also left us eggs and bread.
I believe the eggs were laid freshly on the premises or something.
Yes, we decided not to go with the freshly laid eggs.
But we did eat the bread.
We did eat the bread and it was delicious.
It was delicious.
Yes.
It was interesting to find a place that was welcoming of dogs.
That was one of our criteria, of course, that it'd be dog friendly. It was obviously, as you saw in the other videos, enclosed with a fence around it. It had 2 gates on either side, which we're used to lockable gates. You could not lock them. So we had an early warning system in place by placing chairs in front of the gate so we would hear if someone tried to come in, which they never did while we were there. Yeah.
And we couldn't really give the dogs free rein to be in and out all the time because pretty much the entire time we were there it was raining or very windy or overcast or cold or all of those things. But we can't really blame Kerr now for that.
No, we cannot. But there were times of really pretty weather, so it was not all bad.
I mean, there was even a time where we could actually use the hot tub at one point.
There was a time that we could use the hot tub, and obviously you got plenty of drone footage, so there was enough time without rain.
Yes, the drone did at one point tell me that I shouldn't be flying in such extreme wind conditions, but nonetheless, I did, because I'm irresponsible.
Good, yes.
And totally unrelated to the fact that we were in Cornwall or an Airbnb, but something we only really do when we're on holiday because we have plenty of time, we did binge watch a television series.
We did. It was really nice to have some time to just kind of unwind and watch a series from beginning to end. So we watched Fallout, the new Fallout show.
Fallout on Amazon Video.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was intense at times, very intense, but so was the game, so it makes sense.
It was a little gritty at points.
It was gritty.
Yes. Good. Well, yeah, the Airbnb in general was very good. There was an extra room, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was an extra weird little room that was very warm inside and seemed to just be like an airing cupboard where we kept the dog food.
Yes, and it just had like a wardrobe and a mirror in it, didn't it?
It did just have a mirror.
Yes, and the dogs were always excited when we opened the door to it.
Because that's where the food comes from.
Yes, they weren't used to us being in a bedroom that had a door that was open either.
No, we had to teach them that they were not allowed on the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas here we can use a gate to prevent their ingress.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Well, I guess that's about it for today's video.
I guess so. I mean, we got some beautiful footage of Looe and maybe not Liskeard, but the surrounding areas, and we had a good time.
Yes, we did. Well guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you found it interesting and
informative.
And as always, please do feel free to comment below. It did take us over a month to prepare this video after being there, so thank you for your patience. But yes, other than that, there's very little more for me to say, except, well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Luke, I am your father.